Once upon a time, there was a kind little girl who always wore a bright red cloak with a hood. Because of this, everyone called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother gave her a basket filled with fresh bread and berries. "Take this to your grandmother, dear," her mother said. "She is feeling sick and will love a nice visit, but remember, stay on the path and don't talk to strangers." Little Red Riding Hood promised to be careful and skipped off into the woods. As she walked, a big, clever wolf spotted her. He licked his lips and thought, "That basket looks delicious, and so does the girl's grandmother." The wolf trotted up to her and said in a friendly voice, "Good morning, little girl. Where are you going?" "I'm going to my grandmother's house, deep in the woods," Little Red Riding Hood replied. The wolf grinned. "What a lovely idea. Why don't you pick some flowers for her along the way?" Little Red Riding Hood thought this was a wonderful idea. She wandered off the path to gather flowers. But while she was busy, the wolf ran straight to grandmother's house. When he arrived, he knocked on the door. "Who is it?" grandmother asked. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," the wolf said in a high voice. Grandmother opened the door, and before she could say a word, the wolf jumped in and swallowed her whole. Then he put on her nightcap and glasses, crawled into bed, and waited. A little while later, Little Red Riding Hood arrived. "Grandmother, I brought you some food," she said as she stepped inside, but something seemed different. "My grandmother," she said, "what big ears you have." "All the better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf said. "And grandmother, what big eyes you have. All the better to see you with, my dear. And grandmother, what big teeth you have. All the better to eat you with," the wolf roared, jumping out of bed. Just as he was about to grab her, a brave woodcutter passing by heard the commotion. He rushed inside with his axe and chased the wolf away. The wolf ran deep into the forest and was never seen again. Little Red Riding Hood found her grandmother safe and sound. The wolf had swallowed her whole, but she was unharmed. "From now on, I will always stay on the path," Little Red Riding Hood promised, and from that day on, she never talked to strangers again. The end.